Hi, welcome to my next video. This time I wanted to show you a sketch I did of a Japanese interior that I did for a new project we have with Kana, which is called City of Waves. It's still a working title. I will tell you more about this project in future videos when it's more fleshed out, but this sketch is a part of the setting for this project. So the first part you saw me doing was making some rough sketches to figure out the building itself. And when I had the shape more or less figured out, I started to sketch the room that I wanted to paint. For the final sketch I'm using here the MUSE F4 sketchbook, which is also featured in the sketching set you can buy at the Studio Ghibli Museum, so I wanted to try a bigger version of it to see how well it performs with sketching and painting light watercolors. This is actually the first time I'm using the whole set, so the brushes, the pencils, the paints and the sketchbook now are those featured in the set sold in the museum. Okay, but back to the contents of the sketch. I wanted to create an interior that is traditionally Japanese, or at least based on the traditional Japanese architecture, so it has the tatami mats, the wooden frame, white walls, huge windows that you can open. But I also added some modernist or modern looking things, like the modernist looking television set, a small old computer, cool looking tape deck and radio, and also like the windows in the ceiling that are not traditionally met in all the Japanese apartments, but I wanted to paint a kind of retro-futuristic looking space in this sketch. I used a soft 3B Mitsu-Bishi pencil to get nice black lines in the final line work. After the lines were complete, I scanned them once and then edited them in Photoshop so they are nice black on white background. I then tested the colors I wanted to paint in Procreate, because I'm not using any direct reference here, I'm just using some materials I found on the internet to get the look of the room, but I don't have any photo to base this on. So I wanted to test everything before I start painting with watercolors. As I mentioned, I'm using here the Holbein watercolors set that is based on the set sold in Studio Ghibli Museum, and also the same brushes that are sold in the set, which are called Saishiki brushes. You can see how to make this watercolor set in one of my videos, and the brushes are just watercolor or Japanese style painting coloring brushes that are made of two types of hair, natural hair. The core of the brush is made of hard and springy hair, like Japanese raccoon or weasel or deer hair, and the outer layer is made of hair that retain water really well, so of goat hair. This is a nice brush for coloring something like this. I'm not trying to be too precise here, so even though this brush does not have the sharpest of tips, I don't really mind. I tried to add here some traditionally Japanese furniture and interior elements, like this gas heater here, or the zaisu, so the low chairs that you sit on, or the low table called chabudai. Okay, so the sketch is nearly complete. I will have to scan it and then put the lines that I scanned before on top of the picture to make it look nice. This is just one of the many pieces that we will have to do with Kana for the new project, so stay tuned. Okay, that's it for this video. As always, feel free to share, comment and subscribe. And you can also support me on Patreon, where if you are a supporter, for example, you can get the line art of this sketch to try and color it yourself, or you can get your art commented by me in a live review session. Okay, that's it. See you in the next video. Bye!